Friends, we are about to dive into episode, I believe, 9 of Your Lie in April. I'm not quite sure the title of it. But basically, we're about to get, I've totally forgotten the name of the other two piano players. But basically, they've played, now, was it Kosei? Is that how you say his name? Someone had, typed it. I'm probably going to forget and say Kusai again. But, anyway, this episode's going to have him playing. It showed from the preview, looks like he's going to have a panic moment. He might freeze or might, mess up a bit. He's not going to be perfect, which will be really interesting and maybe even frustrating for those other two piano players because they're expecting this really perfect metronome of a guy to play, and he's going to go in panic mode. Obviously, Kaori's going to, notice that, and Suzuki is going to realize what's going on, too, and Watery and all that, because it kind of... But, of course, this anime is really wonderful. It's just really beautiful and well-written, and the music and the visuals of it are really, really great. I really, really enjoy it. It's fun to just kind of try to get back into the spirit of things and music playing. Gosh, I haven't played an instrument in almost a year. It'll be in October, so maybe someday I'm hoping to get back into it. My guitar should probably do more than just collect dust. I should be playing them. They're made to be played, and I shouldn't give up on music, but it's been so long, and I've been so hesitant to get back into it. Other things to deal with it. But that's besides the point. The point is very fun, really enjoyable. I suppose by the time this reaction comes out, I'll already have done my live stream that leads up to the first episode of the series finale of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which premieres on Wednesday night at 9. Episodes 12 and 13 premieres right after that, and then the show is over forever. No. That's so stinky. But at least we're getting to more in that show. At least we got to more in that show. Versus Agent Carter, which got canceled, so we never really got much closure with that. I guess in some ways, if you watched Endgame and through this show, we're kind of getting closure of the two characters, the main characters that we like the most, but there's still a lot of unanswered questions. I was like, what happened? And we'll never get those answers. It's up to the fans to write fan fiction about. But by now, the series finale has premiered. The Stargirl Season 1 finale has premiered. Hopefully, by the time this episode comes out, this reaction comes out, I'm hoping that I will have gotten to Stargirl on time. Stargirl will come out that Thursday, later this Thursday. And then hopefully we'll get Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. out as soon as possible, hopefully on Friday. I gotta get done as soon as possible because I work all day Friday. I'll be gone for 12 hours. And I'm busy Saturday, so I gotta get done. Thankfully, my schedule just kind of allowed me to do so, which is pretty awesome. One of those weird, lulls of the week. Anyway, I've babbled on too long about everything but this anime, so let's just dive right in. Oh, she's so cute. Gosh, this animation is beautiful. You know what it reminds me of? Oh, I love how it's kind of blurry up there. Because of the lighting and also because of her. There's that light haze that makes things kind of not clear. But also because she was sleepy. So we're kind of going back a little bit again to last episode. Oh, look! They've added in percussion. And you even have a guitar. It is a little dangerous because there's just brick underneath. Little arms, big head. She's so cute. This is kind of loud. She killed it. She did choir, she did baton, giving it all out, painting. Wow, she was a well-rounded individual. She's just super duper talented, and then decided she was going to pursue this as her talent. guess she's kind of. I'm just really caught up in watching her because she's so intense. It's so cool. It's a very beautiful piano. Very lovely. Just gonna go Clint. Interesting. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so much from her and her personality. But in a lot of ways, she is like Kose. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Hmm. I haven't said much. I'm just so caught up in her. But she's also a lot like Kiori. Emmy is because but she's like a darker version of her. And I don't just mean brunette wise. I like how he had this really intense music. And this kind of really sweet background. It's not kind of the music you would think would overplay a really cute flashback series. We haven't even gotten the freaking intro yet. Just kind of mimicking him. Probably doesn't sound very good. It's probably clink, 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 clink. Clinkety, 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 clink. That doesn't sound very good. So she's always been a girl who's been like driven by her passions and passionate and very emotional driven too. Emotion driven. But I love the addition of like the percussion and the string in the back. It just takes animation that we've already seen. They're able to reuse it, but in a new way. Of course, overplay it with like flashbacks and like a different, the same song, but like another, a couple more tracks added in. In some ways, they've saved money here, but also at the same time that they've like added the layer to the playing. Like they literally added musically and storyline wise layers to that moment, and then we finally get this really fun intro. This intro is so flaming cute. It's ridiculous. Apparently, there's a couple animes out there that have like a really fun intro, but are totally opposite of the intro. OP, I guess, is the term. Or Death was a Death Parade. I think is one of them. And the comic sections are just like they keep people would keep saying like intro does not match what you get in the anime. I have seen the music video. It's just that song's a bop, by the way. Death Parade intro. This one's a bop too. It's so fun. Of course, we're experiencing this moment now. But also, what's fun about this is, during the performance, it looks so intense and in pain. But in this intro, they look very lighthearted and just like they're having a blast. I think because there's still like this deep love for what they do. Is he okay? Oh, he's just super nervous. She was amazing. God, her reaction, like before and after the performance. Oh, I want to pause so badly. It's like what's funny is that her and I'm blanking the blonde guy's name. Like their before and after, like personality and vibe are completely switched. Catch a cold. I think he felt it. Because look at how the world went into gray and she's in bright red. Must be a long competition because there was 2 intermissions. Ooh, what the heck? Oh, all the pills she has to take. Wow. That's so funny. Buttery is such a pain. Cossack. Angelic older woman. Flattery. His perviness knows no end. Anyway, but as I was saying, the blonde whose name I'm blanking on, he like started like so intense and like, and then afterwards he kind of was like colder. Oh, I love how the colors that they used for them, and not just because of what they were wearing too, but how they approached the pieces. But then, of course, she started so cold and like together, and then afterwards she's like. Oh my gosh, a roll of fate. She's trying to just get him like past his barrier. Whether he fails or does well, of course, whether he fails or does well, I don't know if she's trying to tell him it doesn't really matter. She's trying to get his heart to beat again in a way. Whether he fails or does well, she's hoping that those two will keep on helping him strive the way he should be. Someone explained to me that it's been 2 years since he's last played, but the images we were seeing were from them when they were 5, which, to be honest, is a little irritating and a little confusing. So 3 people that I think make him kind of really pay attention and notice the music in a way are 3 people who play in such a way that it's like, notice me. It's so cool. Whether he does well or not, she's exposing him to people who have a passion and a love for it. He could do really well or really badly. Who knows? I'm so nervous for him. On how well or how badly he plays. Oh my gosh. She okay? She's like bent over. Oh, that blasted cat. He just freeze. I hope he didn't just freeze. Oh, his arms. She really did abuse him. Oh, God. Jeez. Oh, gosh, look at her arm. Probably wasn't the best thing for her to say. Oh, that smile. She is not looking. I don't know what she's doing. Well, yeah, they'll have to memorize it, but gosh, she's like some demon haunting him. Gosh, her coloring in the chest. He's always away. No, because of her hands. I do like the fact that the three of them have been friends since they were itty bitty kitties. Oh, children tend to do that, and I remember like blaming themselves for things that are just really nothing to do with them. Ah, that's what he thought when he was little. So this better explains what someone's trying to tell me in the comics. And of course, he internalizes all that. Poor little guy. Even, even when he was little, always wore a blue suit, I guess. Even when he was little, Watery was a pain. Oh, she was there. there laws against that in Japan? Kid's freaking bleeding! So the one moment he actually plays with his emotion, his mom literally makes him bleed. She was a monster. It's a heavy thing to say to a parent. I had a suspicion that she would end up dying shortly after that. There's no joy in him now. And I'm guessing this is the competition that he freaks out in. So he's a little longer there, a little lankier there. Okay. Her face is always obscured. It's never quite clear. She's always just this nose down face. This is the moment he freezes. And all he sees is this demon version of her. And he hasn't played since then. Oh no, she knows. She can hear the moment it changes for him and he can't hear the notes anymore. He's starting to rush again. Well, that was intense. I'm glad I am gonna jump into the next episode, because that was insane. Oh, wow. My gosh, she was awful to him. Gosh, she literally aggravated her son to the point of making him wish she was dead, which is an awful thing to do, but she literally aggravated, like she was beating him. In public witness. Can someone tell me what the heck the laws in Japan are about child abuse? Because that's insane. And the dad, an unintended guy who's just off doing whatever. Coffee's cold. That's insane. So we did start the piece kind of well, a little bit. Oof. Interesting. I guess the entire next episode is going to be about him playing that piece. Well, I'll jump to the next episode, but I'm gonna hold off on watching it in a second. I'm talking about the episode. Probably, I feel like this has been one of the most intense episodes we've had so far this season. I'm really not episodes in, but that was really insane. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, she was awful. Now she's this demon, like, literally haunting him. Like, the way she smiles, you see that in animes, where there are demon characters, that smile that comes on their face. It's just like, gosh. She was awful to him. She let her pain and her bitterness make her into a monster. And she hurt him. There's no excuse for that. There's no getting around. Like, her pain doesn't justify her behavior. It was awful. And the moment he said that, he wished she would die, I was like, she's gonna die shortly after, isn't she? It's one of those bad timing things. And as little kids, we internalize everything. We think everything is our fault and about us. And so I understand why he blames himself for his mom's death and her not getting better and all that. And hopefully as he gets older and works through it, he begins to look back and realizes, and hopefully throughout the series, we're going to see him kind of realize what really wasn't his fault. As he works through and finds, hopefully, this joy of piano playing. Because he's seen what happens when passion and joy and a love for piano playing. And it was cool, though, is that we got to see last episode these really great teachers that were probably strict, and but they had this friendship of some sort with their students. Very different from Kosei. Or, I'm not even going to say his last name. But it is fascinating when you see her and the other two kind of click and realize, whoa, he just, like, his timing must have changed for some reason. Obviously, his tempo probably got a little too fast. He's probably rushing, maybe clanging a little bit. And we'll see if he can break out of this. I don't. He's not going to get first place, obviously. That's not going to happen. To be honest, I don't know if he would have gotten first place even if he did stay perfect with the score. But just because the other two just did brilliantly. The beginning of that song, though, I guess it was played correctly, but it just sounded wrong. I was like, why does it sound like he's not... Like, I guess... I don't know. Whatever. Just the beginning of that song, I don't really appreciate it. But... whatever. It's besides the point. Who cares? I don't care anymore. Anyway, great episode. Fantastic. Beautifully... fascinatingly written. It's the layering we got at the beginning and the latter half of this episode has been fantastic. That was so cool. I like the way that, I guess, was it Emmy? What's her name? I'm blanking on their names. But the girl and the guy, I like how they're kind of mirrors in a way. And I guess because he knows that she is totally into him, they have, I guess, this brother and sister relationship, very similar to Tsubaki and Watari. They're not going to get together, but they have respect and they like each other a lot. And so you have the non-musician versions of them, and then you have the musician versions of them, and then you have this fun outlier that is Kaori, which is, she's so cute. Anyway, it's interesting how she's just like, she's not even looking at him. She doesn't want to look at him. So the moment she does, of course, is when he kind of starts to crack. My gosh, he just haunts him. Wow. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies. Don't forget that One Punch Man is nearing its end. So when that does, we're going to kick off with Assassination Classroom. I don't know if we're going to kick off the week after or I'm going to wait a little bit. I have to pay attention to when it ends. Because the semester will definitely have started by then. And we'll see what happens with some things that have to relate to the semester. But also, anyway, basically that's what's kicking off. And then once we eventually get to the end, of Your Lie in April, Violet Evergarden is next. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, and I'll see you next time.